Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Finally, I've got a video for you. You've probably noticed my absence from the channel. Haven't been uploading anything. That's because I've been super busy. For those of you who've been watching my last couple videos or keeping up with the channel, I mentioned that I'd be moving to Kansas. And that is currently where I'm at now. I'm on my balcony from my apartment here in Kansas. The reason why I moved here is because I am getting a master's degree in volcanology here. For those of you who are new to the channel and this is the first video you're watching, I recommend you go to the main channel and find some of my older videos there that might pique your interest. But for this video, I'm not going to be doing anything too special. I'm just going to be blabbing away about what has occurred this year, what I've been up to, and what might occur in the future. The reason I haven't been uploading anything recently, as far as me being in Kansas now, is because I'm a master's student. It takes a lot of my time, especially this class right here, learning isotopes. Really interesting stuff. I'm learning how to age date rock and the different, well, isotopes and things you can find in rock that can tell you different things about how they formed and where they originated, particularly magmas. But it's been taking up a lot of my time, so I haven't been able to do any filming. I actually did some filming a couple weeks past where I was looking for some fossils. I just haven't had the time to edit and upload that video, but I hope to have it uploaded after this video. I also had some video projects planned and were filming said projects before I moved earlier this year into Kansas. Some videos I was filming back in Idaho. This year, though, just has not been the greatest year. It hasn't been very kind to me, as lots of unfortunate things have happened this year. A lot of them I won't go into detail with, but I'll go into one of the more recent ones that was quite unfortunate. So the last month before I moved to Kansas, back in July, I wanted to get a lot of my projects done. A lot of projects that I've been working on for quite some time, like the rock crusher. Some of you probably remember me mentioning said rock crusher, and I've been working on it for several years, and it's taken far too long for me to finish it. A lot of it's partly my fault for taking so long, and then there were some external factors as well. I wanted to get that project finished before I moved to Kansas. I also had some other film projects I was working on. I had one in particular where I was traveling to several different locations in Idaho, Washington, and Montana because I was making this special video. It was going to be an educational video, but more like a documentary. And I wanted to make it something special and something I haven't done before on the channel. So I upgraded my equipment, which you probably noticed. I've got a wireless microphone, so hopefully that helps the sound quality with future videos. This video project I haven't mentioned before, but I was planning it was going to be like a learning documentary thing. And it was just going to be a fun project for me because recently I also acquired a drone, which is something I've been wanting for quite a number of years. And with this drone, I could get some really cool cinematic footage, but also you get a nice aerial view of a lot of the geology. And it's kind of nice to be able to show the geology from a bird's eye view. And you can see a lot more features, and certain things that might be unclear when you're on the ground become really clear when you're up in the sky. So I think it would have been a really cool tool that I got to use basically for a video. So I went to all these different locations filming, and I have a lot of footage recorded and some audio, but I wasn't able to finish. So I had a lot of video ideas planned, that big one that I was working on, and some smaller ones like finishing the rock crusher. I also had some other prospecting trips I wanted to do before I moved to Kansas. One of them going back to my crystal spot one last time and doing some stuff in the mountains, because as you can tell here in Kansas, we have quite the lack of mountains around here. There's some other stuff around here to be found, which I'll go into in a moment. But before I moved to Kansas, something I wanted to do was upgrade my vehicle as well. So I did just that. I've had a Subaru Legacy Outback. 1996 is the year. It was my first car. I had it for 7 years, and I thought it would be time to fix some problems that I've had, mainly oil leaks, and I wanted to do some upgrades. So luckily, I was able to use my dad's shop and his tools, and I put it in there and started tearing it apart. I pulled the engine out, and I wanted to do all this before I moved. So that took up a little bit of my filming time, but it's a vehicle that gets me to where I need to go, so I needed to get it done. So tore out the engine, upgraded some parts, fixed some things, did a whole bunch of mechanical work, and then I decided to do some upgrades to it that were not necessary, like putting a hood scoop, because why not? I like working on cars, and I think it's kind of fun. It can be. Anyways, I also put a tint, got the vehicle all ready to go, was happy with it. It ran better than it ever has. So the vehicle ran better than it ever had before, and the following week it was rear-ended and totaled while I was at a stop by a distracted driver. So that was the end of that vehicle. After all that work and time I spent on it was for nothing. The accident happened 2 weeks before my date I planned to move here to Kansas. So all my video projects and all my projects I had planned were put on hold as I spent a whole week trying to find a new car. I found said car in a week's time, but then I had 1 week to move here. So all of my projects, as like the film project I have planned and the rock crusher, are put on hold for likely a long time yet again. But eventually we'll get to, well, I hope I get to it eventually. But now that I'm here in Kansas and away from Idaho, I cannot work on anything over there, but I can work on some stuff here. So there's new adventures and rock and geology prospecting to be had. Here in Kansas, we have a lot of sedimentary rock, for instance, and the sedimentary rock around here is mainly limestone, and it's about Devonian in age. I think in particular, this limestone out here is about 280 million years old, and it's loaded with a whole bunch of different fossils. So about a month ago, I did my first video here for exploring around Kansas, trying to find some fossils. The video is pretty much filmed and ready to go. I just need to edit said video and get it uploaded to YouTube. So I hope after this update video goes up, maybe the following day or maybe the same day, I'll have that video up and running as well, since I finally have a small break where I don't have to worry about isotopes. It has been a battle because the last month I've just been busy with all my classes and all these things I have to do. And part of me wants to go rock hounding and exploring. The other part is like, no, I have things to do. I need to get these things done before I can do the fun things. So there you have it. That's pretty much a long explanation of why there have been a lack of videos in the last couple months. So what does that mean as far as the future of this channel? Well, my master's degree is going to take me about 2 years to complete, and it's going to be quite busy. The difference between, well, there's a huge difference between a master's and a bachelor's, but with my bachelor's undergrad degree, I'd get the summer off. I'd have the summer free. With a master's, the summer will be when I'm doing my research, because my master's thesis is research-based, so I will be doing research in Montana, and I'll be doing that most of the summer. I'm not sure, but I might be able to get about a month of time off before I have to go to the field, so maybe we can do something, I can do something then. But this program is it's about 2 years long, so I guess what I'm trying to say is the content and my upload rates for the next couple of years might be a little interesting. I will see what I can do, but I'm gonna probably change some things up. I think it's a good time to change some things up. I've been wanting to change things up on this channel for a little while. Like I've mentioned before in some other videos, when I created this channel, it wasn't supposed to be just 100% geology. Geology was going to be a huge part of it, but I didn't want that to be the main focus. So it'll still be a large focus, because geology is awesome. It rocks. But I might include some other videos. So here in Kansas, I heard, or around here, there's some cave systems, so maybe we can do some cave exploration. Or I can do some caves exploration, and you can watch the videos I film. Since there's no underground mines like we have back in Idaho or Washington. We have cave systems instead. And then, of course, we have lots of fossils. So instead of gold prospecting and looking for cool gems like beryl and garnets and rubies, I'll instead have cool fossils and maybe some agates or geodes. I heard that there is an area not too far from here where you can find some geodes. So I've been meaning to check that out. And then, of course, there's some gypsum beds and some interesting formations along that line. And then, of course, there's the geology in general. So we'll see. We'll see what happens and what I can get to. But it is currently finally fall. Like I might have mentioned, the last couple of weeks or past month have been extremely hot. It was only about 4 weeks ago we had triple digits, and now I woke up this morning and it was 37 degrees outside. And my neighbor's AC is running for whatever reason. And this pretty much concludes what I have to say. This update video was probably far longer than it needed to be. But hopefully things go better from here on out. Hopefully my new vehicle doesn't get wrecked as well, and hopefully things take a turn for the better. As far as the future goes, hopefully I can do some exploring, get some more videos up. I will be busy, but there should be some interesting things happening eventually, right? I hope. In the next week, I'm going to be taking a trip to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It is for GSA, which is Geologic Society of America. They're having their GSA annual convention, I guess you could call it, GSA Connects. It's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so it's where a whole bunch of people go to share their research. And it's a lot of people presenting and giving talks. So, interesting science stuff. So I'll be doing that in about a week's time. Actually, a week from today, exactly. So, anyways, this concludes this update video. I hope to make a video or get one uploaded soon. The next one should be that fossil video that I recorded about a month ago. And after that, well, we'll see what I can do and what I can get to with the time I have, which will be limited. So, if you don't hear from me or see another video in a month or two's time, I'm still around. Still want to keep this channel going, but I'm likely really busy studying and doing science, rock, geology stuff. So, this concludes this update video. Like I said, it was probably way too long than it needed to be, and hopefully I can get some future videos up soon. I'll see you all later, hopefully soon, in the next video. You all take care.